everyone, this is J.M.Wong again. Welcome to another video, and I hope you love the latest book trailer that I've made for my novel Under Cursed Sights to celebrate the relaunching of the Kindle version. So, for those who have followed my writergram, J.M.Wong, or, watched my previous videos, you will notice that I kept on mentioning this group of magic users called the Blessers. So, who are the Blessers, you're wondering? If you have checked out one of my posts from Instagram, I mentioned a very short definition of Blessers, which is a group of agents who are neither witches or witch hunters, but bear features of both. That's the short version. But if you're looking for a longer version, I do have some extracts from my first book, Under Cursed Sights. The first quote being, people who cloaked themselves in cloaks. Their cloaks were variant colors and different in length. Their appearances were mostly obscured by hoods, by face masks or veils, and by large goggles that had numbers, words, and pictures appearing on the surface of lenses. That's one in terms of their appearances, and now what they do is said from the following phrase. Their main duty is to hunt down any beings that practice the dark arts and walk on the left-hand path. So basically, these are the two, descriptions that were mentioned in my first book, Under Cursed Sight. The Blessers. Why do I call them the Blessers? Well, first of all, you must know that they are often being granted the gift, blessed by the gift of magic. No matter that magic is being inherited or, being granted by their friends or familiars, which are normally the fairies or, very rare cases, the demons. Aside from being gifted, blessed by the gift of magic, they also use this gift of magic to bless others by helping them to solve problems and to defeat, demons that these non-magical humans couldn't see. And thus the name blesses because they are being blessed and at the same time they bless others. So what do they do? Well, as I mentioned, they help to defeat beings on the left-hand path, which means on the dark path where demons and devils normally exist. And they basically are good guys, and they are similar to witch hunters, but with magic, That's why the mixture between witches and witch hunters. Other than hunting down, dark beings, they will help to maintain the balance between the magical and non-magical world, so that, the non-magical beings, humans who somehow have no knowledge of the existence of magic will be safe from supernatural beings. That's also one of the jobs they would do, to protect these non-magical humans and to maintain the balance between the two worlds. So, how can you become a blesser, or who can become a blesser? Well, here's the tricky part. Everyone can become a blesser! Well, to be honest, I have traveled to other magical worlds before, like the Harry Potter world, the Magisterium world, the Magician world, the Shadowhunter world. I love these magical worlds, but somehow I just lack the confidence that I could become one of them, one of the Shadowhunters or one of the wizards. I always feel like I might not become one of them. The reason for that is because they are communities that are very exclusive, You have to be very special with special bloodlines or special abilities or even high academic skills, which I do not have. And thus I just feel like if I do create this world, I do want to have this group of magical users where everyone can become one of them. And thus the blessers. You can be a blesser. Your neighbors can be a blesser. Your siblings can be a blesser, as long as you fulfill two requirements. The first step to become a blesser is to believe in magic. Yes, just as simple. As long as you believe, that's the first step of becoming a blesser. And of course, but believing in magic is not enough, because if you believe in magic, you can have two paths for you to choose. One is the blesser's path, which is on the right-hand path, and the other path, the left-hand path. So as I've mentioned, the left-hand path belongs to the parts where darkness and evilness exist, where demons and devils exist. So there are in fact a group of magic users, which we call them with the old-fashioned term that we use to describe magic users, the witches and warlocks. So in this magical world, witches and warlocks, these terms are not good terms when it comes to describing magic users. It means you are on the left-hand path, the dark path. But of course, I think in recent years there are slight changes in terms of shifting back to the blessers. Tough, but it's possible. To go on the right-hand path, which is the blesser's path, you just have to have a little something, which is at least a little bit of goodness in you. So yeah, these are the 2 requirements. First, you have to believe in magic, and the second is to have just a teeny weeny of goodness in you, and then you can become a blesser. But yeah, if you don't have the tiny weeny of goodness in you, well, you can consider going to the left-hand path where the witches and warlocks belong. No judgment, but that's how the system works. So you might be wondering, are there any history relating to the blessers? Because I think not a lot of people have heard of them, right? Well, there are. In fact, the blessers existed, they existed since the beginning of the world, but they don't have this term, the blessers. The term, the blessers / this organization only officially launched during 1997, when all the world wars kind of ended and every mess that was caused by the demons were kind of, fixed and recovered. So yes, there were indeed world wars on Earth, and while the non-magical humans see it as, just weapons and politics, a lot of magic users saw demons behind these mess, and they tried to stop them, including the witch hunters and other magic users. And at some point, these magic users and witch hunters felt like there's the need where they have to cooperate together, because they used to be enemies, but at that moment their common enemy were demons, and they knew that they need each other's skills and abilities in order to work together and to defeat the demons and close the gates of hell. So they decided to unite together to fight against evilness, and after everything had ended and recovered, they soon considered the option of working together permanently. There are so many names that were used before the blessers term became official. Someone might call them the witch hunters, some might call them the witches, the wizards, the sorcerers, the alchemists, the enchanters, yin yang, the whole list that I've made here on this sheet of paper. So yeah, basically they are every single magic users that existed throughout history and who wanted to be on the good side. They decided to reunite together, to form alliances, to defeat the demons, and hopefully to work together permanently, and thus they decided to come up with this one term to symbolize every single one of them. I know at this point you might still be a little bit confused of who the blessers are or what the blessers are. Well, I urge you to check out my book, Under Cursed Sight, the first very real documentation of the blessers' stories, finally able to reveal the secret world of the blessers to you. You can go and check out the details, learn a little bit about their world. I will continue to expose more blessers' secrets in the future, in my future books. But for now, this is the one book that you can go and search for the secrets of the blessers. And once again, I just want to remind you, everyone can become a blesser as long as you believe in magic and have just a little bit of goodness in you, and that will be fine. You will become a blesser no matter what. Anyways, jokes aside, the Kindle version of my book Under Cursed Sight is being relaunched, and it's only selling for $3.99. If you're interested, go check that out. I'm sure you will love it, since a lot of the book reviewers have said about this as well. If you're interested, go check it out. The links are below. And yes, I guess let's end this video by saying, remember, stop existing, start living, and be alive. Bye!